Oh God, 1 second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Hey, what's up? My name is Surfin' Brain, and today I'm going to teach you how to make interesting effects to put on your vocals for genres such as future bass, trap, and chill electronic music. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe, smash that like button, and without further ado, let's get to it. So here we got a small section in my song. It's sort of like the second kind of chorus breakdown, and it's got this interesting effect using a vocoder and also using the Ableton warp effect. So I'll just play it for you guys real quick. So yeah, that's basically it. Now I'm going to break down how I did this. So this is what the vocoder sounds by itself without any tracks in the background. Yeah, so it's like a pumping vocoder effect, essentially. So to break this down, I have this vocoder over here, and without it, it just sounds like a normal vocal. And basically how that's happening is that serum over here, all the way up here. So yeah, here's the vocoder trigger. So basically it's a serum init patch with 2 different oscillators and lots of voices of unison to sort of make that super saw kind of sound. This is what that sounds like by itself. And you can see right here, the LFO rate is modulating, right? So let me play it again. So basically the LFO rate is changing here, and that's why you hear the increases in speed of the gating effect or the pumping effect. So when we go on this vocoder track, I have 40 bands here. The default I think is 20 bands, which sounds a lot more rich, but I wanted to get that thin sounding vocal, right? It sounds a lot more thin, and I've sort of bandpassed it. I've cut out the lows and I've cut out the real high highs, so we're sort of getting this bandpass effect over here. And the dry wet is at 100%, and I've decreased the formants. So this is what the formants in the regular. To me, it sounds a little too much like the original vocal, so putting it down by around 5 in the formant section creates a really nice effect. And we have the depth at 100%. It's just a subtle effect where it sounds like a little bit more like the vocal. No, never mind. It sounds more like the vocoder with the depth at 109%. So yeah, that's basically how we've achieved this effect. I have some OTT on there at 70%, and I have some EQ, taking out some mid-range, some lows, just to clean things up a little bit, and that's really it. That's just, you can take any vocal and put on a vocoder and then route it to any sort of synthesizer, and basically by modulating the LFO rate on the volume, you're able to create this effect. And I want to go back to serum for a second, and I want to show you guys something. I didn't really get into this, but this is the LFO, and this LFO is modulating level of both oscillators. See, the level is being it's modulating like crazy. So this level is being modulated by this LFO, and by changing the rate, we're getting basically that gated pumping effect. So now for the second effect, basically we're taking vocal chops and running them through a vocoder. I'm going to show you what that sounds like. Right? So basically, for both these effects, we're taking the vocal and we're doing slice to a new MIDI track. We're clicking on that. And after that, you should get this sampler over here. And I put it in slice mode, and basically it's taking this vocal. You can slice them by transient, beat, region, or you can manually do it as well. So basically we're doing it by transient, which isn't the best method for vocal chops, but for this purpose, it worked for me. So basically this sampler is running through a bunch of OTTs, Camel Crusher for some saturation, manipulator, and I believe this group is getting run to a vocoder somewhere here, right? Yeah. So this group is going into this vocoder over here. And again, we have some band passing going on. We're getting rid of all the highs. So we're just getting that chunky bit of the vocal. And we only have 16 bands here, so we're getting that sort of richer sort of vocal sound through the vocoder. The vocoder is also being triggered by those same serum chords, right? So if we go up here, you can see that we have this little sort of synth line playing, solo that. So basically this synth line is playing again with the default serum preset, and that's what's modulating the vocal. So let's go back here and we can see that without the vocoder, this is what it sounds like. Right? And this Yo Man's doing a lot as well. This Yo Man basically is a chorus. It's a pretty metallic sounding chorus. It's a preset here in Ableton, and I just used that. I just threw that on for here. So I'm going to show you guys exactly this vocoder is doing. So you hear that sort of chord effect with the vocals happening at the end. The vocoder is doing that because of the notes that are playing in serum. So basically you can just take a vocal sample, put it into a sampler, and basically since that's MIDI, once you put it in the sampler it's MIDI, so you can run it through a vocoder. So there's sort of a different kind of flexibility with MIDI. You can use MIDI control and things of that nature to manipulate the MIDI notes. And yeah, so it's sort of like a different kind of effect, but you can obviously use audio as well. For this particular instance, I wanted to make vocal chops, and I didn't want to just cut the audio up and put it on the track. I wanted to sort of chop it into a sampler and then do the vocal chops that way. So this is the third and final vocal effect, and basically we're using the warp algorithm in Ableton to manipulate our audio, and I'll show you how that sounds. Oh God, 1 second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. What's going on? Why is it sounding like that? Oh, I think I'm still in the whole group here. This is what this sounds like. So this is really simple. So what I did here was I took the vocal, dragged it into Ableton, really straightforward. So basically it defaults into beats mode. You want to click this warp button right here to turn on the warping algorithm, you know, with it on. Then you want to make sure it's on beats. It should be on beats. And here it's usually on transients. You want to change this to a certain division. I chose 1/8 for this example, and then you want to turn down this button right here. I have absolutely no idea what it does. We can find out. This is the transient envelope. So there's a fade. So basically the audio is fading right here. That's why you hear this sort of gated effect, sort of rhythmic gated effect. And again, I have absolutely no idea what this does either. This is the loop mode. So this is loop forward. So it plays from the forward and then loops forward every single time. Yeah, so I think you have to change that too from the default. I think it's defaulted on this. You change it to that. And that's what that sounds like. And for this effect, you do have to warp the audio. If you just keep the audio at its regular tempo, it's not really going to do anything. And you do have to warp it. I'm pretty sure about that. You can quote me on it, I'm pretty sure. Now, I've added some sidechain through a bus. I have it going into Serum Effects, and it's being sidechained like that. I have it being sidechained here through Serum Effects. The sidechaining is happening. I'm using the X shaper, the sidechain, an external instrument as well. Anyway, that's the effect. So this is my first explanation video, so please cut me some slack, y'all. I'm gonna try to get better. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, leave a thumbs up. If you want more, subscribe to the channel. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Surfing Squad out.